Yeah, what is good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Big Boy Talk. I got my coach, Mr. Goose, with me. How you doing, sir?
Yeah, we out in these streets right now. But
Out
I'm
in the
be a
street?
family man. In an hour or two, in about an hour, I'm be back to being a family man.
Word, I hear that. I hear that. I hears that. Hey man, we kicking off another Friday, another week down. I feel like I gotta be honest with you, man. The show was so good last week. We had so much time with it. I feel like we just ended that last week's show. I feel like it just ended. And we back at it again.
Feel like
And
we should never stop.
you know what I'm saying? We just out here just streaming. Today, yesterday on Mr. J the Sixth channel. We out here just putting in that work, grinding like we supposed to, man. You putting out the videos every day. Every day, B. So we just been on fire lately, and I'm loving it. And speaking of fires, y'all see the thumbnail. So I'm about to put this fire out. Ravens fans, we have to chill. We have to relax. We got to let the man work before we throw him under the bus. Feel me? I'm not, I've been on that side of chucking EDC and knocking him with a baseball bat too. But we got to let that man work. You know what I mean? Amp was good. Amp is in the building.
But is he working? That's the question. That's the question we have. Is he actually working?
Miss Yolanda in the building. Another one of our great content creators. Ravens Talk with Yolanda. Go check her out. She always putting out that heat. Her and Hendos every Sunday. All right. And our other co-host, Mr. J, the Sixth, is in the building. What's good, sir?
Not much. I had to make sure the kids were straight before they ran up and saying, "Hey, Daddy, we need this. Do this. I'm about to do this." Y'all understand?
Oh, you ain't gotta tell me. I know what that life is about. So I was telling him, man, that it feel like we just finished streaming from the show we did last week, because the show ran 4 hours last week, almost 3 hours last week.
Oh, that's crazy.
So I was like, I feel like we just stopped streaming, and then we hit your show on Thursdays. Then we back here on Fridays. We are on fire lately. Be dropping videos every day. We cooking. You know what I'm saying? The family's growing. I'm loving it.
I'm about to say literally, would be food reviews. We literally cooking.
Yes, sir. So I was saying, you see the thumbnail, right?
All right. I also see that fresh cut you got too.
I wasn't gonna say that. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna, leave that up for observation, but I wasn't gonna say that. But Ravens fans is ready to burn the house down, man. They ready to burn it down, right?
Are we talking about Seth Rollins here, or we're actually talking about burning down? As you can all see, we all are, minus B, are. Well, he's a good uncle, so we can say it. We all deal with kids from time to time.
Yes, indeed. Kwame in the building.
Heathens, really?
It's good. I mean, one of us is, not me. Not me. It's Jay.
What I do?
You're the peanut butter guy. You are automatically the heathen.
How's that wrong? How's enjoying peanut butter wrong?
Enjoying it raw, dog. Nothing for the throat, gizzle.
I mean, I can make it. I can make some. I can make some peanut butter. Peanut butter balls. Which are delicious.
No, that's still. I'm just saying, it's still heathen activity.
Whatever.
It's heathen activity. If EDC is cooking, why don't we have? Listen,
y'all do have an upgrade online. A bunch of no name. Look, a bunch of no name MFers. But look, he's trying though. He's signing people.
Listen. It's like Kwame said, the pot is boiling. So listen, hear me out. Right? It's addition by subtraction. Okay? Falele's gone. It don't look like we trying to bring him back. Okay? And then, yeah, he tripped. And you can't paint that man's a heathen. You know what I'm saying?
Peanut butter balls. Look up the recipes, bro. Look it up. It's an actual thing. It's a very delicious treat. Whatever.
So listen. Michelin, there's more DBs in the pot too, but hear me out, right?
Yeah, EDC got tar cooking.
Instead of just taking guys this time, like he did last time, he just took a bunch of guys and was like, here, jump on that offensive line, and hopefully it works. Now he's picking guys that's going to fit the scheme. So it's going to be a scheme-built line. I know you throw up the quotes, Jay, but go look at the numbers on all the guys that they signed or their strengths, as to say. Go look at their strengths. So go look at a scouting report. They're all better in zone offenses.
I look up the scouting report on the two seniors y'all just signed, and they have question marks.
Of course, it's gonna have question. Listen, there's gonna be question marks. Okay, there's gonna be question marks. We do got some dogs on. Listen, this is what I'm saying. This is part of what I'm saying, right? We're finally gonna get what we wanted as fans. We've been begging for them to get people that fit the scheme, and we've been begging for them to draft players early to come in and compete. We wanted competition on the offensive line. We're finally going to get it.
So John Simpson fits the scheme?
John Simpson gets to compete. Again, go look at his number. I had to step back and go look at his numbers from last year. His rank was terrible, but what you don't see in his rank is that he ranked at least 10 spots ahead of that when he was in zone scheme. But when he was in that regular power offense, he struggled.
He got ran through. You mean he got ran through?
Oh,
what?
You already know Zeke. You already know how to do it on Zeke.
Hold on. Let me practice. I should have worn my Foot Locker jersey so I could be like, holding number 76. That's a 10-yard penalty. Replay. Third down.
I agree with Kwame. Vega were final in the first round.
But yes, Mr. Londa, yeah, he definitely had too many penalties. Went last year and the last time he was a Raven. So while on God's green earth, the EDC said, "Come back to me, come back to me."
Last time he was a Raven, we were doing pin and pull and power O runs, which is not going to work.
Exactly. Which is not his. It's not his strength. That's what I'm saying. They were just picking up guys before and said, "Hey, make them work." Now the guy they have their coordinator and their offensive line coach picking guys that's going to fit a zone scheme, which is also Derrick Henry's strength.
And most importantly,
that's what I'm saying. You
got to realize when John Simpson was here, we had our old offensive line coach before he died. Now he was loved, but he wasn't recognized as one of the better coaches as far as offensive line play in the league. And then we went to Warhop. So we went from maybe a medium grade coach to a terrible offensive line coach. Now we have Ledford, who's one of the higher end offensive line coaches.
So I'll say this, Michelanda. No one has, and I mean no one, has had us picking a DB in their mock draft. In the last few years, they've all had us picking DBs. Now, everyone's got us taking Jordan Tyson, the wide receiver, who I honestly don't want us to pick him. I have a bad feeling about his injury history. And when you got an injury history like that in college, usually you can't turn that around.
But that's the EDC special, though. Picking hurt dudes.
That's why I'm worried about it. So a lot of people got us picking him. A couple people's got us going O line, and some people have us going D line.
Y'all go D line in
But
the first round.
nobody has us going defensive back, which I am extremely excited about. I've even seen people say we take tight end in the first round, which I'd be fine with that too. Come on, Jay, you making that face, but you already know about that boy at tight end, boy. You already know. Don't do that.
There's
That
multiple.
man's monster.
Oh no, Keon Sadiq or Eli Stowers. If he does fall, if Stowers does fall, take him in the second. Sadiq, intriguing, but even though he does bring some blocking upside, just get the best guard in the draft, man. It's okay. It's okay.
No, but so here's the deal. Not everybody has that guard falling to us at 14. So
True.
what if that happens? What if we get there and the guard's not there? I agree. You take a wide receiver or you take the tight end. I'm leaning more towards the tight end. You take Sadiq, and then you go wide receiver in the second or third.
If Vega isn't there, you may just need to reach for a guard and or trade back to the second round and draft 2 guards in the top 100.
That's all, I would prefer y'all trade back and then rather than reach. Because they are, like I said, there's too many.
Would also, but I feel like somehow we'll trade back and only get 1 guard still.
That would be diabolical.
Oh, that would be EDC.
That too.
Here's my thing, right? In the third, Bo Stevens is still going to be there, and I think Bo Stevens is one of those top guards that's being overlooked for how good he actually played. So he'll be there in the third. Knowing that, I'm okay with them not taking a guard in the second or the first, as long as they address offense. It ain't got to be a guard. You could go get a tackle because we need a swing tackle anyway. You go get a tackle or you go get a center. I'm fine with that too. I'm saying do not address defense before you address offense in this draft.
Well, I can see EDC now excuses. The talent was too great. He fell to us, and I had to take him.
As long as we do that, we will be A-okay. We ain't got to burn down the house. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got to burn the jerseys and the flags. It's going to be all right. I'm sorry. What did you just say?
I was like, can I burn Bateman's?
No.
Why? Ain't nobody going to miss it.
You didn't burn Oway.
That's because Miss Yolanda done. Miss Yolanda done.
I'm sorry. Damian Priest and R-Truth just won the WWE Tag Team titles from the MFTs on SmackDown. Go for my boy R-Truth.
Man, I couldn't burn Oway's jersey because Miss Yolanda done blessed the man. Prayed over the man so many times, and guess what? He got a full contract. That's what prayer does, people.
I mean, you can
Zeke, my one problem with going left tackle is your early left tackle he's pure left tackle. The best left tackle in the draft is pure left tackle. He hasn't stepped anywhere else.
He should be.
And I'm saying we want him to be able to swing left or right in case of injury.
This ain't Florida.
Listen, all I'm saying is, in the past, having a swing tackle, actually most teams prefer having a swing tackle because of injuries, and it helps with what you can keep later on when you're making those cuts. If you got to keep a left and a right tackle instead of having a swing and being able to bulk up in the middle at guard, that's going to be a problem.
I know,
because then you got to cut depth elsewhere.
I know, because our swing tackle retired out of nowhere, and we haven't resigned the other one, so we're probably looking for a swing tackle as well. While I'm talking shit.
Listen, I understand y'all gonna be looking for a swing tackle, but y'all don't need a starter.
Nope.
Y'all need a backup.
Yeah, right. Depth is pretty questionable.
My problem is, after last year, and seeing the way Roger Rosengarten was performing, is he actually that good as his rookie year, or is he as bad as last year?
I'll say the former because again, he had Faalele next to him, bro.
I was going to say, when it comes to your tackles, your guards have an effect on your tackles, and that also ends up having an effect on the center. Lindy looked great.
Faalele's been next to him for 2 years.
Yeah, but
Faalele
regressed. He got even worse the next year than he was the year before.
Yeah, that's one of those things that was a big scratch on the head, and I think that was coaching too.
Yeah, I think it was coaching. And that's why I was saying John Simpson did not have good offensive line coaching when he was with us. We had a guy who was, God bless the dead. We had a guy who was sufficient, but he wasn't one of those coaches that people were like, oh yeah, if you bring a guy in, he can develop, he can develop line play. Like he wasn't that guy. And then we went to Warhop after he died, and then it was even worse. Like we started hugging people instead of hooking up under their armpits so we could steer them.
There you go, coach. No, that's why I did that. That's why I did this.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, but you know what? I think that's why. Again, I'm trying to give him benefit of a doubt because, like we said, it was bad coaching. On top of the fact we had Simpson in a scheme that he didn't fit. It's not his style of play, and I'm giving these the benefit of a doubt now because I think they're going to get guys that fit the scheme and the style of play rather than just plugging anybody in.
I mean, I'll come up there and I'll coach the O-line for free.
B, if you coach the O-line, you're going to be telling them to poke people in the eyes and all types of stuff like that. I don't think we could do that. We don't want guys.
Well, I've actually played some line play before, okay? So, no, I'm not going to tell them to poke people in the eye.
I know you played line play before, and I'm not saying that you're a bad coach either. I'm telling you, look, you gonna go to them guys because ain't nothing you could coach up against Myles Garrett. You're gonna go listen. When Miles duck low, stick your fingers right in that helmet, get him right in the left eye. I already know. I know you well enough.
You act like by any means necessary is a bad thing here, okay?
That's exactly my point. By any means necessary.
I don't know about that. No, there's a limit. Don't go full. No, don't do no Christian Wilkins antics. All right, I'd rather you do Ndamukong Suh, stomp on a MFer, than do Christian Wilkins, take his hands and stick it somewhere else.
Hey, either you protect that Ferrari or I lock you in the locker room with Wilkins. You take your choice.
Nah, bro, that's not fair, bro. Nah, come on, man. Nah.
As a coach, you got to get motivation.
Nah, bro, that's an ultimatum, bro. That's not motivation. That's you really.
I bet you Lamar will never get hurt as long as I'm the O-line coach.
Hey, I'm just saying. I want guys that's going to be able to be available for every game, not suspended. That's all I'm saying.
Or put on trial.
See,
Christian
Wilkinson was reaching for that peanut butter. He was trying to get up in the grits. He was trying, you know what I'm saying? He was doing way too much.
He's trying to stick marbles in people's booty hole. Is that what you're trying to say?
I mean, his own camera. We caught him in 4K doing it.
Exactly. Exactly. He got caught in 4K. He grinding on people and everything else. Christian was wild boy. Like, I don't know.
There's a reason why
that was okay.
There's a reason why he remains unsigned.
I mean, from what I heard, he might be signed by June. So,
what up, Irvin?
Give that man his locker room in the hallway.
I don't know if that'll work because then he's gonna be out in the hallway naked and a thong leaning on the door, waiting for y'all to walk out the locker room. Just leaning, arm up on the wall. I know you got the vision. with a jar of peanut butter.
Yes.
Jar of peanut butter, no chaser, just chilling.
No, that shit. No, Chris Wilson might do some stuff out of that Boondocks episode when they took a field trip to the jail.
Oh man,
I know y'all remember that episode.
Chill. I like you, and I want you, and we can do this the easy way or the hard way.
It was good, Urban. Yeah, Reg Bayless is coming out. Man, trip.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just saying that there's a chance that EDC is actually doing things the right way this time, because he's bringing in guys his own scheme fit, and then he's gonna draft guys, and we're gonna actually get competition to see who wins those positions rather than just handing them out.
But EDC doing it the right way has never been uttered until now.
If EDC was doing the right way, we would be releasing Rowe on a post June 1st cut and drafting 2 linebackers to see who could replace him.
Probably say he doesn't trust EDC right now. I'm not saying I necessarily trust him. I'm saying we don't have to panic yet. We don't have to panic yet.
Who did y'all?
You know what I'm saying? Once we get through the draft, I said not even the full draft. Once we get to round 4 and we ain't seen the offensive lineman yet, okay, all right. Time to panic. Time to panic. Time to go a little
April
crazy.
29th. If I don't like what I see on April 29th, we panic.
Yeah.
If I wake up on my birthday and I don't see my shadow, it's time to panic.
Well, by the way, Urban just dropped the beat in the Discord. Absolutely fire. Please go check it out. If you think you can do something with it, go for it.
Yeah, I just scoped that beat a little while ago too. I was you know what I'm saying? I scoped it.
Like it made me wish I could rap.
I'm not a rapper though, but I was scoping. But I'm not a rapper though, so I can't do nothing with it.
I'm not a trapper either.
Yeah, Chris said she had the bars though. So
I'm still waiting on that.
Chris said she had the bars.
And she's going to take a drink.
Don't pay.
She said she's going to take a drink and she's going to sit with the beat in the dark so she could manifest bars.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Zeke, don't panic. I'm telling you, wait till round 4. Once we get to round 4, if there's no offensive lineman taken, then panic. I might
speaking of Zeke, hold on now. Hold on. I know Zeke got bars. Zeke, don't be like that. Don't be trying to hide talents.
Oh, Zeke be spit. Oh, okay, Zeke. We got you. Listen,
follow his X.
The beat is in the Discord.
He be posting on X. So. I be scoping his post on X, but he don't be trying to let us know. But okay, I see you.
All right. All right. All right. We're gonna have to put you on blast. We're gonna work this out. Nah, no chill over here. Nah. Ain't no chill over here.
I'm a ghost.
I'm not a rapper though. But you a rapper. We're gonna put you on Blizz ass.
Whoa, balls. That does not sound right.
We're gonna put you on blast? How does that not sound right?
I didn't hear a T at the end of that, so we had a problem with that one. Blast on Blizzast.
That's what I said.
I heard some X's on. I ain't hear no T though. I had to make sure we clarify it.
Man, listen. You trying to turn this into YouTube after dark? We ain't even.
I'm not. I'm trying to prevent that. Okay.
Still, don't listen, Urban. Don't feed into that. All right. don't feed into that. Don't become a victim. All right. Don't become a victim. You know what I'm saying? We will be all right. I agree 100%. Because I think we're going either guard or wide receiver in the first round. And then based off that is going to determine what we do in the second and third. I think third, we go guard again. And second is going to be probably the wide receiver if we didn't get the wide receiver first. That's my prediction.
Oh, wait. Can I get my conspiracy theory?
Go ahead.
Dang. You got no faith in me. I feel like, my feelings should be hurt if I had them to hurt. But
All I said was,
like I feel like Lamar had to talk with EDC and he let old boy know, look, hey man, we gonna see what you do with this roster. And depending on how it looks before them post you first cuts, I give you a little roster relief. But you gotta work with what you got right now first before we do anything.
Listen, I honestly think, I know a lot of people want Rowe cut. Now is not the time. You should have traded him. You should have traded him early on. Now you might as well keep him. I mean, you can still, unless you can find a good trade still before the draft, because there's still time before the draft or even during the draft to try to move up to the second and third.
Trade him for a 7th round after the draft. I don't give a damn.
I do, because I want, you got to properly replace him. Again, that's the problem he's having, right? Is he's not replacing guys as they go. So
if you say EDC gonna do the right thing, you're supposed to be replacing guys before they need to leave. So if he gonna do the right thing, there should be some linebackers drafted or at least picked up to compete to possibly replace before we need to replace. Because them last 2 years, Roquan been looking like, I ain't gonna do it to him.
Yeah, no, I got you 100%. I agree 100%. And I agree with Chris that we should have restructured them. But my problem is, if we get rid of Rowe after the draft, there's a problem. If we get rid of Rowe before the draft, like cutting them, if we cut them, now that makes linebacker high end target early in the draft, which
you
takes
can restructure it
for the offensive line. Restructuring is fine. No, I understand that. I understand the restructuring. I said that. But at this point, I think they're not looking to restructure because they don't want to add any more void years or dead cap to the end of the contract. I think they're going to look to get rid of him soon. My thing is, trade him during the draft, or you trade him after the draft for another player.
If you restructure him and give him this money up front, he will look better to another team because their salary cap won't take as much of a hit, and the restructure won't hurt your salary cap either. So you could restructure him and take him from being worth the 7th round because of his contract to be worth the 5th round pick.
I get it, but why should we give up a third to go with it? Unless we're trying to get an additional first at that point. Crab Cake Road is crazy. And yes, his bad play coincides with his promotion, with Zach Orr's promotion. But on the same hand,
he's not athletic enough either. So.
And you're struggling to, even when you know what the play is, you're struggling to make your plays, not just get guys in position, but you're struggling to get there and make the plays. What happened when Rowe was sitting down and Teddy Buchanan took over that spot, and my boy Trent Simpson was next to him? They were making the plays. So I don't know. I think Rowe's just been slacking.
Rowe hasn't been fast enough to get there, and even when he gets there, he's been getting stiff armed. Like, even if he gets there, he's not consistent in the tackle we need him to make. Like, he's not getting the same slander that PQ should have been avoiding, because PQ would get there and then he get shook off the tackle or stiff armed or something, and send PQ straight to the bench. When Rowe finally does get there, if he gets there, if he's the first one there, he's missing a lot of them tackles. If you look at most of Rowe's tackles, if your middle linebacker has half as many of his tackles being assists as solo, you really have a problem. If he has 110 tackles and 60 of them are combined tackles with other guys, you got a problem.
So hold on, Chris. I got you though, Chris.
70 of those tackles should be solo, and they're not.
No, and I get that, right? I get that 100% about Rowe. So here's the thing with Teddy. Teddy was rated low because of his pass defensibility. if you go break down those numbers, he was phenomenal in run defense. It was pass defense where he struggled. And again, I said when we drafted him, I said Teddy Buchanan is not a pass defense linebacker. And that was the reason why I didn't like the pick in the first place, because I didn't understand why you're drafting another linebacker that struggles in pass coverage when that has been our main struggle with our linebackers. But he's phenomenal against the run. He's not the fastest, but he's one of the smarter guys. So he's going to get there by using his brain, not his speed. I like what he does because he can step in for Rowe. He can tell everybody where they need to be because he's smart enough. He understands, he knows the defense. And then he can step in place and make the play without using speed, but with using skill, his smarts, by knowing, hey, this guy on this play usually cuts down here. So cuts in that B gap. So I'm going to get to the B gap immediately with no hesitation. Whereas then you have him teamed up with a guy like Trenton, who can now, Trenton's speed makes up for the lack of speed by Teddy, and you can drop Trenton in the coverage. That's why those guys work well together. Because it wasn't two of the same players trying to do the same thing, which is what happened when you have Rowe and Teddy in. You got two of the same guys trying to do the same thing, and neither one of them were good in pass coverage. And then you had Trenton in there with Rowe. Rowe's too worried about what Trenton's doing instead of saying, hey, Trent, attack that gap. I got this.
But Ray was smart, and he wasn't that good against the pass.
Ray was phenomenal against the pass.
And one-on-one coverage?
Ray had a good career against the pass. But you're not sticking your linebackers in one-on-one coverage. We were playing heavy zone. And when Ray was good in zone coverage, why do you think he's like the leading career interceptor at linebacker?
Ray also had a good coordinator.
I get that, but he was good. Even if you go look at Miami, he was pretty good against pass coverage.
I'm saying he was terrible, but he wasn't a coverage linebacker. So
no linebacker. And then let me just put this out there to make sure you understand what I'm saying. No linebacker, none whatsoever, is built to, unless you were a safety first, cover in man coverage. That's not what they do. That is the reason why tight ends are used to exploit those linebackers, because they will have the speed and athleticism advantage.
Well, you now have Trenton, and you have those two linebackers that are coming out in this draft that are definitely fast.
Yes, and they were both former safeties. And that's my point. So, and I literally just said, unless you're a guy that was going to move down to safety, because you're moved from safety to linebacker, because the game has changed. So now you're looking for linebackers that's going to go out there and pass cover. But back then, you weren't. Back then, your linebackers were built specifically to be able to, okay, can I put you in zone and you cover one zone? And then can you really just stuff the run? And that's what Ray did, and Ray did it well. He was the best at it as far as linebackers go. Rowe can't even do that.
Lord,
that's my problem with Rowe. Rowe can't even cover his zone. You know what I'm saying? So to watch him go out there, and that's why I don't like the Ray Lewis comparison, because Rowe is nothing like Ray. He doesn't have Ray's athleticism. He has athleticism, but he doesn't have Ray's athleticism. Ray was built different.
Rowe don't have athleticism. Say correctly. Rowe does not have athleticism.
He had. Okay. Now
I don't care about what he used to do. I don't care about what you used to do. What can you do for me? And if you can't do it,
now he's got
too bad.
Okay.
Well,
so now he's got athleticism. But
and you know what? You know what comes with after athleticism? Too bad. Fuck you. Sorry for you.
He will be okay if we put him in position to use his strength, which is his mind.
For $24 million plus against the cap, okay, ain't doing it.
I understand that. When I say okay, I mean like he'll be back to making a tons of tackles, solo tackles, if we use him at his strength. The thing is, I think they should pull him out on third downs.
Y'all heard it here first. Reg has lost his ever-loving mind.
Like I said, if you're not going to trade him before the draft for a player and a pick in this draft, and you're going to be forced to use him, that's, you know what I'm saying?
I would trade him before the draft.
I ain't say this right here. It's not like I said in his comeback season.
I would trade him before the draft. Like I said, restructure, give him some money up front. So when you trade him to another team, that team is going to look like, oh, his cap hit's only like $3 million. Shit, we'll take a chance on a 5th round pick for that, and we could draft somebody, or at least package that pick to move up.
You want more than a 5th for Rowe, and here's why: the league still looks at Roquan as if he's a top linebacker in the league. You don't have to use
that exact pick for Rowe. You can use that. I'm not saying use the 5th round pick for Rowe's replacement. I'm saying use that 5th round pick.
I know that's not what you're saying.
To fill another hole.
I know that's not what you're saying. What I'm saying is, if we trade Rowe, I want another early pick, because now if they know they're going to trade Rowe, right, and they only get a late round pick for it, now one of those few early picks we got is going to go to a linebacker. I don't want that. So if you're going to trade Rowe, trade him for another early pick, and then you got an extra early pick to fill that linebacker position. That's what I'm saying.
Are you old enough to remember?
5th, I'm like, hell no.
Are you old enough to remember when Donovan McNabb got traded to the then Redskins?
Yes.
He was considered one of the better QBs. Boy, how that failed terribly. So even if you get a 4th or a 5th round for Rowe, the other team don't know how terribly that's going to turn out for them. They're going to think that they got away with something until the year starts, and then they be like, yo, he only played 3 plays. Why is he huffing and puffing already?
That's my point, though. It was a win for the Eagles. So my point is, we need a win for us. Walking away with a 5th for Rowe is not a win. That's a loss.
If we had a good GM.
Teams still think, because he's still getting over 100 tackles a game, and he's still considered a leader of the defense, these teams are going to they're going to be willing to look at a trade for a 3rd round.
We just don't have the GM for that is the problem. If we had a Howie, yeah, we could get a 3rd if we had a Howie or Snead or somebody like that, but we don't have that. We have an idiot who's going to start off like, I want a 3rd for Rowe, and they're like, well, we'll give you a 7th, and we could do a 5th round swap, and he'd be like, how about you give me a 5th?
I don't think so. I think you're underestimating his trading ability, because if you look at, outside of trading, what did we trade for Rowe? I think we traded 1 first for Rowe. Not even, it might have been a second.
Yeah.
It was a second. So, and at the time we got Rowe, he was considered the best linebacker. If between him and Fred Warner was a toss-up at the time, and we traded a second. Don't downplay EDC's trading ability, especially with this man traded a backup punter for a 4th round pick or 5th round pick. This man traded a 4th round linebacker for Marcus Peters. I mean, a 4th string linebacker for Marcus Peters. This EDC knows how to put together a trade. So if you're going to trade Rowe, trade him and get an early pick. You can still get a 3rd or a 4th. I consider a 4th early. I'm just saying, don't accept a 5th and that's it.
I'm not saying just accept a 5th, but if it comes down to a 5th or we keep him, 5th.
I'm just saying I think you get more than that for Rowe, because you're still looking at Rowe through our perspective.
I'm looking at it. If you can get a 1st, get a 1st. But if they say we'll only give you a 5th, and they ready to die on that hill, well, you send Rowe right on over there for a 5th.
No, he's not going to take that trade, and I wouldn't either. I wouldn't either, because if you walk away from a 5th, if that first person says, "Oh, we'll only give you a 5th," you walk away, because the next person's going to go, "Oh, well, we'll give you a 4th."
Yolanda just took you in the chat. I'm just saying, Yolanda definitely won. Yolanda won the whole argument in the chat in a couple words.
Hey, listen, but you got to understand, the whole franchise got played by John Harbaugh with that. John Harbaugh went to Bishotti and said, "Hey, we got to extend Mark," knowing darn well he was going to end up losing his job and he was going to go take likely in free agency. There's nothing. I mean, what are we really doing about that? John sat there and got that man that contract, not EDC. So what's EDC gonna do about that? And you knew what the relationship was. You know the relationship was John straight to the owner. So how does that affect EDC? And I want you to think about this. He went out there and got Deontay, right? And then whose job is it to make sure to put Deontay on the field? John Harbaugh's. So you're knocking EDC for making moves that were good moves because Deontay Johnson was a baller when we got him. You're talking about bringing in players, and the head coach has to then say, "Okay, I'm going to play you." If the head coach don't want to play him, what are we going to do? What is EDC going to do about that? Hey, man, you got to play him. And he goes, he's going to turn to EDC and go, "You realize we have the same amount of power, right?"
Yes.
That's all I'm saying. And remember, I don't even think we traded the Panthers for Deontay Johnson. We picked him up y'all cut him. We picked him up off waivers, if I'm not mistaken.
It was a trade.
So it's not even. It was a trade. What did we give up for him? What did we give up for him?
I told you a fourth. Well, my bad.
Okay.
I'm typing in the chat at fourth.
Oh, yes, I didn't see that.
Finesse
so
God.
Deontay, you can't call it a finesse. Deontay was a good player on the losing team. Sorry, your Panthers was trash.
We were losing.
He was a good player on the losing team who wanted to go somewhere else and play. He got to us, and what happened? John Harbaugh said, "Nah, I'm not playing you."
Excuse me, sir.
And then he went to the Texans and didn't play.
I don't think. Listen, you're not misremembering that. But what is? I'm going to ask you this. I'm going to ask again. If EDC said to John, "Hey, John, I don't like what I'm seeing with this whole line. We got to do something about it. I want to bring in some competition." And John saying, "No, these are my guys." What are you going to do? Because you don't have. Remember, I think everybody's forgetting they had equal power. John Harbaugh had GM power over here. That was in his contract. What do we?
Yeah.
So what is EDC doing?
But EDC, look, when John was here, EDC got up to use the restroom, and John would say, "Where you going? Sit down," and he did it.
And that's exactly my point. And listen, I agree with you 100%. I'm watching what he's doing too, and that's what leads me to believe. Because if you look at the way he's signing free agents, it's different from what he did in the past, especially with the offensive line, in the sense of he's finding guys that are a scheme fit rather than getting the guys that John pointed out and say, "I like this guy," and plug him in there. And then trying to make it work. That's why I said we got to give him a chance. Give him to the fourth round of the draft. I'm not even asking to give him a long time. Give him to the fourth round of the draft. And y'all know me well enough to know I was on EDC head the way I was with John's. But John, I learned a lot about knowing the amount of power John had in his locker room and in his franchise. And he abused that power, especially on his way out.
I wake up and I see my shadow still. Well, guess what? We got a problem.
You're supposed to see your shadow, bro. You all right?
I'm making sure I can see my shadow right now. All right, cool. I'm good.
You're like, come on, you can do better than the first. Give him to the fourth. Give him at least day 3. Come on.
Damn.
Give him at least day 3.
Man has until pick 10.
Like he may come up with a pick in the first round, and you be like, okay. And then the second round, he do real good again. And you're like, okay, EDC, I'm there with you. You got that's tough. I'm trying to negotiate with you. I'm trying to come halfway here. I give him the third.
Negotiating. You forget Yolana's a lawyer.
I didn't forget that. That's why I just moved up to a third. Yeah, exactly my point.
I forgot Klein did produce for y'all.
Ben Cleveland is signed to the Chargers. Another player that it feels like a lot of players went to either
John
the Chargers or went to New York.
Prior to John Cunningham, Ben was a free agent and he re-signed with us. He didn't have to do that. EDC was like, yo, listen, I'm gonna talk to John. I'm gonna try to get you in that rotation. Just come on back. Have a little faith. And
then we cut him 3 games before season ended.
At the end of the day, John did a lot of stuff. John did a lot of stuff. I think we all think Ben Cleveland. We all know Ben Cleveland is better than Falele. John did a lot of stuff. He's better than Voorhees too. John did a lot of stuff, had a lot of power that screwed this franchise up, and I think we all know that.
But see, look, you say Ben Cleveland's name. Where's Ray Kingdom at? Where he at?
We cut that guy 3 games before the season ended for no reason.
And Chris, you're right again. You said the same thing for KVN. EDC does his job when he's allowed to do his job.
In the free agency department, especially with the O-line signings, that's look good. I will give him the signing or the rebound signing of Trey Hendrickson. Cool. You know what I'm saying? Premier pass rusher. Not very much run defender.
Here's the thing, Jay. It wasn't even, and I think people are overlooking this because they want to. It wasn't even a rebound signing. This man Trey came out and said it in his interview. Him and Max had been talking on the phone about playing with each other in Baltimore prior to Trey getting signed.
Fair enough.
So EDC was out there about to pull in 2 edge rushers.
So that's what I'm saying, though. So you're about to pull 2 edge rushers, and then will there still be will these 2 random O-line signings still have happened if that were to happen?
I think they would have. And here's the reason why. I believe EDC, the whole reason EDC backed out was because he was scared of the future of Max's knee. Because I think he wanted to pull Max in and get a restructured deal done to clear up more cap and get him down the road. Now you got him an extra 4. Now you got him for 4 years instead of 2.
And I honestly I don't think it was just EDC who had a problem with this deal. Because remember, I could have sworn the coach said Dallas's doctor looked at Max also, because remember, Dallas was interested in trying to trade for Max. And when our trade fell through for Max, Dallas didn't trade for Max anymore. Dallas was like, nah, we good. So it wasn't just the Ravens doctor who looked at his knee and was like, yeah, I don't see this working out. There was a couple opinions, and them opinions was, yeah, he's going to play real good for a year or 2, but if he makes it past that, call yourself lucky.
But if you win a Super Bowl, I'm just saying, if you win a Super Bowl within that 1 or 2 year time frame, who the hell cares?
But we all do, because
Max has multiple injuries. At Max, almost every year now, Max has some type of injury, so you don't know if he's going to finish.
So does Joe Burrow. He's still in the league.
Yeah, but you're betting your franchise future on him being there. You're not going to. They're talking about paying this man over $100 million for 4 years. There's going to be a big chunk of guarantees in there to make sure that they can fit it in the cap. So why would you risk that? Remember, it's not just the money. You're saying if you get the Super Bowl, who cares? We want more than one, and that's mortgaging 2 first-round picks as well. You get what I'm saying? You can't think in the mindset of 1 Super Bowl.
Well, y'all appearing on Super Bowl grass, again, or Lamar appearing on Super Bowl grass will have everybody going nuts in the first place. Now, if y'all win it, saying vulture might, status. But I'm just saying, like you're saying, you're thinking about the future. If that statement was true, that Trey and Max were supposed to play together, that was mortgaging your future right there. Because Lord knows how much money Trey was looking for, and he wasn't accepting. He did set less than $2-3 million. But if y'all were to pay him the same contract that y'all did now, what money is left?
Well, that's what. So if you look, this is where you gotta pay attention because if you go look at what Trey's getting paid, only about 10 mil, maybe 15 mil of that is on the cap this year.
This year,
Yeah, but that's my point. That means the cap this year still would have been open with space to get more guys. That's why you restructure or you sign a long-term contract with Max and restructure them to open up another 30 mil this year. I'm telling you, these dudes know what they're doing. And that wouldn't have mortgaged the future because then you still get these same offensive linemen you got because you got one of them for 2 mil and the other one for 4 mil.
Who are these guys at O-line though? Nobody's ever heard of these people.
Again, and I was gonna get into this when I went to Miss Yolanda. I agree with the feeling with this feeling right here. We needed 2 guards. You went out, got edge rushers. Well, here's the problem. The whole Ravens freaking fan base immediately started screaming when the season was over. We need edge rushers. We need edge rushers. So he went and got the edge rushers. What offensive linemen on the market? And there's some good ones out there. There's some pretty good ones.
Well, there were until EDC took his hands and sat on them.
Hold on, look, they're not great. You're not going to point out one of them guys was a Pro Bowler, except for the center that got released by the Packers. Not one was currently a Pro Bowler.
So you're not. I was like,
I know Joe Batonio was a Pro Bowler. Okay. He's 36 years old.
I know. That's why I said okay. I was going to let you cook.
And these guys played in guess what kind of scheme? A power run scheme. So now if you're looking for guys to fit a specific scheme, which his offensive coordinator and his offensive line coach said, that's what he went and got. They said, hey, we like this guy. Okay, I'm going to go get this guy. Hey, we like this guy. Gwen played in Atlanta for the offensive line coach. He says, I like this guy. He's got great potential. He could definitely be a starter in this league. Okay, go get him. Hey, I like this center right here. He's great for pulling. He can pull block like it's nobody's business. Okay, go get him. That's what he did. We can't blame. We're trying to put too much blame on EDC before he can actually start doing the job that he's trying to do.
Well, let me ask you a question. Did we draft Ronnie? Because Chris said we didn't know about Ronnie. I thought we drafted Ronnie like the first round or something.
What, Ronnie Stanley?
Yeah.
We did draft Ronnie, yes.
Ain't no Lando Brown, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
But the point, I think the point she's making is we didn't know
they were players. I was just asking if we drafted him or not because I was confused for a second because I was like, I couldn't remember when they were talking about him during the draft. We were all like, okay, it looks like he could do something. So I thought it might have been one of those created memories where it's like, yeah, we drafted MP Juice Man. No, we didn't. We traded for him. But some people think we drafted him for some reason.
Yeah, no, and here's my thing. Again, I agree. I've been on EDC's head too. But once you learn the dynamic of how things was working in Baltimore, you have to know, like, okay, so EDC was doing his job just going out to get whatever players he was told to get. That's what his job was. And sometimes he went out there and got guys that John didn't want him to get. I guarantee they were like, yo, we need a cornerback. He's like, got you. I'm going to trade this fourth-string linebacker for Marcus Peters. And when Marcus Peters just got over here and was mouthy, John Harbaugh was like, oh, I can't deal with this shit. Got rid of him this first chance he got. As soon as Marcus showed any slowdown, and he got his – remember that game Marcus went and got in his face because he was questioning what the hell was going on?
The Lions game?
Got in his face, we never seen Marcus Peters again. He was no longer a Raven after that. They was like, we good on. He was like, we good on you, Chief. You got up in my face. I'm good.
That man deserved better.
He did. Absolutely. I think we're punishing EDC too hard for something he couldn't control. And I'm not saying he don't deserve some of the blame, because I know people are gonna go look at the draft and say, well, he drafted this guy, he didn't prepare for this when he should have. And I get that. But do we truly know that was the case when John Harbaugh had the same amount of power as EDC? When John could turn and say, nah, EDC, I don't like that move. Let's do this.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Just like he's doing with the Giants right now. Look what he's doing with the Giants right now.
I'm not putting that on EDC, but just from what I see, hey,
we losing you. You're going in and out.
It.
I'm gonna tell you what you sound like right now, B, because we can't hear you.
Your nephew
It sound like you just like I blame it on the alcohol. We can hear what you said, brother. That's essentially it. The only problem is John had some power when it came to who he wanted to sign. So that was a problem in a sense because John basically had GM powers here. That's why he was able to go straight to the owner. So he was able to step in on certain calls and say, "No, I don't like this. No, I don't like this." And that would have to EDC didn't have to kind of weigh his options. Like, okay, well, what do you think is better? And they have to talk it over and figure it out. But a lot of moves, like bringing in Deontay Johnson, I guarantee John Harbaugh didn't want to bring him in. But he was like, we need another receiver. EDC was like, we need another guy. So I'm going to bring a guy in.
Yeah, but I didn't give you the say so. I didn't give you the green light, Baldy.
Exactly. That's exactly what it was. That's 100%. That's what it was. And when it happened that way, what did he do? He just sent Deontay to the bench.
Right. You know what? I'm gonna show you better. I can tell you. I'm gonna show all y'all.
That's exactly what he did.
You don't defy me. I'm John.
That's exactly what he did. Like, do we really think? I had to sit back and think about this, right? Because we was on EDC head for drafting Ojabo in the second round. Who was Ojabo's coach? It was Jim. It was Jim Harbaugh.
He did come from Michigan, did he?
Yeah. Yes, he did. Who's got all those family ties over there? John. So I believe that Ojabo was a John Harbaugh pick. And we've been beating EDC over the head about it, but it's like John also drafted. We got to pay attention because John also went and drafted a fullback from Michigan.
My concerns don't come from that stuff. My concerns is not. My concerns currently is just how he's carrying himself currently. Anything to do with John, I've already disassociated him from that, and I never did associate the stuff from John. I associated with your soft ass should have stood up for yourself, or you should a team that will let me do my job.
No, and I told you I understand that 100%, right? But if it's been written in this man's contract, because EDC doesn't negotiate Harbaugh's contracts, he has no power over Harbaugh's contract. So if EDC goes, if Harbaugh goes to sign his extension, he goes, listen, I want this amount of power, and I want to go straight to you. I don't want EDC to be able to cut me off. Then you go, okay.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, if you
you know,
see, I told you,
you're not allowed.
I told you, Rich,
as the GM, if you're not allowed your powers as the GM, you can resign. Like, it's nothing to stop you. Your contract is year by year. You can be fired at any moment. I'm not sticking around with the Ravens and being treated like I'm equal to the coach when my job description and 98% of other teams would say, if I don't like what the coach is doing, I can terminate him. People were looking at EDC like, hey, he's up and coming. We need to go ahead and sign him. And the Ravens paid him extra to stay so that when Ozzie retired, he'd already be there. So it's not like you're an unknown commodity getting your first chance and nobody took a chance on you. You are not Randy Moss with the Vikings and 21 other teams passed on you.
Yeah, but I think you're forgetting EDC wanted to be here. This is what he wanted. He wanted to take over after Ozzie. So,
and that's cool. That's what he wanted.
You got to think of it from his standpoint. This is his dream. This is his home.
And
This
so
is where
many
he's
other
been
teams
for 40
I'm about to say-
would
years or
allow
whatever
him
it
to
is.
be
I'm
who
saying have
he
to dream
needed to
somewhere,
be.
have
And
to
that's
dream
the
somebody
thing.
else.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
You
it's
were
not that.
here.
It's not that
Stayed
easy.
here.
It's not that
You
easy
stayed here
because you
for
could walk
how many
into
years?
any other job. Yeah, but think about it. You could walk into any other job and it'd be the same way. John Harbaugh just got to the Giants, and guess what? That GM don't mean nothing.
If you're gonna be a scared ass hoe, you don't need to be an NFL GM
It ain't
because you ain't got
about
the heart
being
for it.
It ain't about being a scared. It ain't
It
about being
is.
scared at all. It's about loving your position and then being able to earn your spot. Whether or not it does not matter
5 years in,
how good or bad he
you
was. I'm
have
going to
to have
repeat
earned your
this
spot.
over and over. I'm going to repeat this over and over. It doesn't matter how good or bad EDC was. It doesn't matter what he wanted. If John Harbaugh gets a direct line to that owner, and that owner says, I want John Harbaugh as my head coach, what John Harbaugh puts in his contract, EDC can do nothing about. Now, if you're EDC,
I didn't say
you
he
can
couldn't.
say,
I said if he
hold on.
had a problem, he should have
Let
left.
me finish. I'm getting there. Let me finish. If you're EDC and you go ahead and leave, yes, you're a hot commodity on the streets now. But guess what? You go to the Cowboys. Who's got the power there? Jerry Jones, the owner. He don't let his GMs do nothing.
That's cool.
Okay,
He
cool.
lets the GM
now
say,
let's go to
we need
other
a new
teams.
coach.
Let's go to other teams. The Giants, they had a GM forever. Well, guess what? John Harbaugh walked through the door, took his power away. At the end of the day, there's always going to be a power dynamic shift no matter what team you're on, because that day when they want that new hot head coach, he's going to come in and say, well, I want this power. And 90% of the time, you're going to say, okay,
you know what?
because the GM's job isn't just to put the team together. He deals
After
with
2
contracts
years,
and
you
all
have the
that
right
stuff.
to resign. And that's all. After 2 years, if you don't like how it's going, you have the right to resign. You making it seem like, well, EDC should have just stayed there.
The point I'm making is you're making it seem like EDC had a problem staying there, and he didn't.
I didn't say he had a problem. That's the problem. You ain't listening. I said
no,
if he
I
had
am
a
listening.
problem,
You're saying
if he had a
you're
problem,
saying
he
should
should have
nutted
stood up and walked out the door. So he didn't have a problem. He was fine getting bent over like he was. So that's on him.
But clearly he didn't feel like he was being bent over because he knew what he was doing. He knew, hey, you got to realize, again, take a step back and look at everything I just broke down.
I am not talking about what you're talking about. That's the problem. You're trying to tell me, oh, well, he should have done that. I'm saying what he did, I'm not blaming on him because he was under EDC's thumb and rule. What I'm saying is if he had a problem with it or he wanted to stand up and be his own man, he would have walked out the door, found a team that would allow him to, and he would have done that.
But what you're not listening to, what I'm saying is he didn't have to do that.
I am not saying
I know. I get what you're saying. I'm not saying
the same
hear me out.
And I'm telling you, I'm not talking about that.
No,
I'm saying
you're not listening.
He has the options to do it.
No, you're not listening to what I'm saying. I'm not saying he didn't have the option. Like you think I'm saying. I'm not saying that he couldn't have. I'm not saying that he shouldn't have. I'm not saying any of that.
I know that.
What I'm saying, okay, so then you don't have to keep repeating what you're saying because I'm going a different way. What I'm saying is EDC.
That's what I'm explaining to you, Reg.
And you're
We're not talking about the same thing at all.
You're saying if he didn't like it, he should have nutted up and said whatever and left, right? That's what you're doing. You're saying what you would have did.
Right. That's all.
And I'm saying, speaking from EDC's standpoint, he didn't have that problem because basically what I'm saying is he's not a bitch. You're kind of saying it like he was a bitch. I'm saying he's not a bitch. What he was doing was he's like, I was here first. I'm gonna be here last. It's documented what's going on with him and John Harbaugh. It's documented who's making what calls. So there's a reason
so he was just enjoying
John
the
was out the door first. There's a reason why John was out the door first and EDC was given another year to prove himself. There's a reason for that.
But didn't EDC beg for John to stay? Wasn't EDC one of the ones who was on the we should keep him and give him another year?
And aren't you also gonna go to bat for a friend? But at the end of the day, when that owner said
not the way John was handling stuff,
at the end of the day, when Bisciotti said, listen, it's either he go or the both of you go. EDC said, he out there. there's a reason why he's still here and John isn't.
Okay, and all I said was if
that's
he had
all
a
I'm gonna
problem,
say.
he could have left if he had a problem. He did not have a problem, and I'm not
That
blaming him
I'm
for
agreeing he didn't have a
what
problem. I'm
happened
just
with
stating why.
John. That's cool, but that is the only thing I blame on him. You stayed. What my boy said? She saw P, she stayed. I see P, I move.
Hey, and that's not a problem. That's why I was trying to tell you I don't disagree with what you're saying. I was saying if I'm EDC, I ain't got no problem staying either because I know what it is. I know I was here first. I know y'all begged for me to stay. I know I'm gonna be here when you gone. And that's exactly what it was. And I feel like that is enough for me mentally. That is enough to know like I'm Gucci. I ain't gotta go nowhere. This Jay done fell into the chat. Start texting into the chat.
Jay said he ain't got nothing to do with this bullshit. I'm saying it's cool that he stayed, but
I ain't saying bullshit. I'm just letting y'all know, hash it out. Like this passionate Ravens
people
fans.
gonna blame him for it. I don't blame him for what happened, but people are gonna blame him, and because you stayed, you got to endure that criticism for the next 2 to 3 years until you prove that it was just John. But if you fail in these next 2 years, they're gonna say, man, it wasn't even John. You was compliant with it.
And I agree. Right? I agree. And that's what I've been getting at. Get him in time. I'm just trying to give him time.
I'm giving him time.
The
April 29th. I wake up on my birthday and I ain't happy about it. I'm bringing the first pitch for
it. Crack that peanut butter. I got my popcorn. Hey, this is what a healthy sports debate looks like. Okay, I don't know. Like, ain't nobody. We're not slinging dirt. Nothing. We're literally discussing EDC and our standpoints on him and his job. I mean, Jay.
If you don't stop
Jay
trying to
makes it seem
lead,
like more because, huh?
I was trying to spin into a
if you
positive.
don't stop trying to lean that fresh shape up into the damn camera, you ain't slick.
Hey man, chill. Don't be pointing. My microphone is close. I had to be close to the microphone.
I ain't seen him lean so far into the camera a day in my life until he got his fresh dude.
What you mean? I just did it the other day.
You wasn't even on camera the last 2 weeks.
Man,
last 2 weeks, my man said,
man, look, it feels like it's been 2 months he's been on camera.
Hey, in my defense,
for your head.
I ain't had no lights on those other times. You know what I'm saying? I was like chilling in the dark. My daughter was watching TV, so I was like, I didn't want to disturb. Whereas today, I'm down here by myself.
Teddy Pendergrass on that turn off the lights.
Well, no, I'm saying like I ain't want to ruin the atmosphere for them. Today, I'm down here by myself, so I could turn the lights on. I can have the camera on. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to worry about Lola jumping in and out of the camera, the missus walking by and all that. So I try to be respectful of them when they're down here. To not have
a 40 ounce.
You know what I'm saying?
Arizona.
Hey man, what I do in the dark, it don't come to light. I do my best work in the dark. I'm an electrician. That's what I mean by that. By the way, don't take that any other way.
I'm about to say, look, if you have a black light,
I don't have a job if the lights are on. That's all I'm saying. I don't have a job if the lights are on. Jay, I knew you was gonna come with some freaky. That's exactly what I had to do. I had to set you up because I knew you was gonna try to post some freakies with that. I set you up for that.
You was right there.
I know. I set it up
in this chat.
I set it up. That's my job.
Man said not even bleach can get what I done to the sheets out.
Hey.
Oh.
Listen, hey Kwame, I promise you this. This is one of the few channels you're gonna come here. You're gonna hear your sports. We're gonna have a good time. You're gonna get a healthy debate, and nobody's gonna be angry. This is one of the few channels that's gonna happen on. All right.
By the way, I will say what happened on Nitro the other day when he was trying to debate his stuff and he was getting slandered 6 slates to Sunday. Nah, that's not gonna happen over here.
Yeah, no, that's not cool because we more than willing to jump through a computer and whoop my ass.
I know. I know. Be ready.
We all be ready for that.
What's my ass?
Jump in the chat talking all sideways.
Put on your crease.
Oh no, you just gotta let me know where to pull up. I'm on.
You know what I'm saying? We ready.
Whether you're in Texas,
we ready.
Maryland, Virginia, DC, or Connecticut, we can pull up.
Well, just make sure it's a stay in your ground state.
You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gotta be staying your ground because you gotta survive to tell your story.
I don't know why. They can't. You know what I mean? People are. It's true though. People are like that. They gotta battle it out to the end.
No, I'm saying I'm right. I'm right.
Debate,
I don't see one part of yours being right.
Be that. Yeah.
But we like to take all opinions and ponder on them, and then come to a middle ground. That's what we do over
here. Yeah, she waiting for the little ones to go to sleep. You know what I mean?
Like the way Shiloh.
I hope one of the little ones ain't watching.
Crazy work.
No, they not. They're not. They got the game on upstairs in the room.
But man, they said like went to their TVs or their iPads. They said like, yeah, my channel is forbidden. It's blocked.
Indeed. So real quick, all right, we didn't have to talk about the Ravens in the off season. On your show yesterday, Jay, you brought up a topic that I said, hey, we're going to touch something.
Little on me.
You remember? I said we're going to touch something similar to that on my show tomorrow which was today. I wanted to ask you guys what series coming up.
Okay, Shiloh. Okay.
What series growing up did you watch that you wish either had an extra season or two back then, or they did a reboot of with the same characters, so you could see him again? And after you answer that, which show had the most emotional effect on you when it did end?
Emotional effect, man. That's tough. And that's tough and not fair too.
I don't think any of these shows would have an emotional effect on me when they ended. I think one that I didn't even know had ended because it was so good was actually SWAT Cats.
Okay.
I'm not that old. So.
When I found out why it ended, I was pissed off because it was stupid.
I say, to answer the first question, going back. Well, I'm gonna answer the second question first because what I'm saying, like you said, sitcoms,
you good?
80s, 90s sitcoms were the stuff back then. And I would say I ain't gonna say the most, but I'm just gonna pick one but the ending of Martin.
What is going on with you?
When they wrote one of my answers.
I already know when Pam and Martin they even beef, they even joan on each other. I was like, damn, it's really coming to an end. Damn.
Yeah.
Yep, a different world, living single. Mm-hmm.
Bro, when Martin ended, I remember saying, "Oh, just give me another season,
right?
Maybe 2." I promise you, I shed a tear when he signed the wall. I was like, "No, man, it's going forever." And another one, Family Matters did it for me too, but Family Matters didn't hit me as hard because they had gone so far from what it originally was.
I said, "Go shit, show me, nigga."
So like it affected me, but it didn't affect me. I think I might have to say Fresh Prince of Bel-Air caught me off guard.
Yeah, we looked around. Yeah, that's iconic. Definitely iconic. Just we looked around and I felt it because if you watch every episode, like I have, I'm pretty sure all you have. He really said, like, man, he didn't finish what he set out to accomplish when he got there, but we saw the growth. We saw the, saying the young boy turned into somewhat of a man. Him almost marrying Lisa, him, letting his frustrations out about not having his father in his life. Him and Carlton's no development. Hell, even him and G's no development. You know what I'm saying? Like he looked around and said, like, man, I still got a lot more. Well, he didn't say it, but you could probably feel it. Man, I got a lot more to accomplish. I ain't really ready to go. But hey, everybody moving on.
Yeah, man. It definitely hurt. It hit different, especially seeing him in the empty house, and it's like, so much more could have been done.
At one point, the house got robbed, so that hits double.
Yeah, exactly. And Chris, I agree somewhat. I was happy. Steve finally got his girl,
man.
But on the same hand, it was like you really made him fight for years. Like even with
fight is an understatement.
An alternate version of himself.
Man had to go through what Kratos went through.
I think if the real life actress for Myra didn't die, I don't think that would have went that direction.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think so either. And Myra was my childhood crush, man.
Myra was fine, boy.
Myra was my childhood crush, man. That was sad when she passed, man. It was sad.
And
I was trying to figure out why he wanted Laura after he had Myra. I'm like, you tripping.
Boy, I think that was I think that was a mental thing, I think it was a mental thing. I think he really liked the chase. He wanted to fight for what he felt was his first love, even though, she ain't love him back.
Man, ain't that much fight in the world, Craig. I left that alone. I'm like, shit.
Man, no, I hear you, Chief. I hear you.
Shawty
right there with you.
My little thing right here.
Right there with you.
She love me.
Because I just saw the episode the other day where he was getting ready to bounce. And she was like, you can't go, Steve. He's like, why? Why can't I? Like, man, I've been chasing you for years. You ain't give me no love.
Man had all his stuff set together.
What? You cannot kick me, bro.
Man done grown up. He looked like he got taller. He probably did. Like, man was confident, had his chest out. You know what I'm saying? And now you can't leave. The hell.
Yeah, and she's like, I can't see. He's like, why? She's like, I can't see my life without you.
Sound like a personal problem.
Couldn't see my life with you.
He's like, really? After all these years, really? And she's like, and he goes, why not? And then she goes, because I love you. And I know at that point, if I'm Steve, this is where things would have went different. All right, come on, man. I love you too. You know what I'm saying? I'd have went and I would have hit that and I would have left. I'd be like, you waited too long. I'm out. Love don't live here no more. Got the draws, though.
Can you say it again?
Draws, though.
You say it again. The crowd
what does GTD mean in this journals? What does GTD mean in this journals? Got the draws.
I got the draws.
He got the draws.
They start going crazy in court. That was the episode was hilarious. Man. I miss Martin. I really do. You're right. He should have went off on her. Man, I'm about to watch some Martin tonight. I watch Martin almost every day, at least one episode.
Got to, man.
Me and Shai just rewatched the one of the Halloween episodes just a couple days ago. Where he was in his apartment and they tricked him.
Which one?
Where it was in his apartment, the one in his apartment, and it was they act like the ghost that had came back. The ghost of the dead dude had came back. It was haunting him, and Tommy was acting like he was possessed.
Okay. Yeah, Cole and Tommy. Well, may Tommy rest in peace. But no, I would say my favorite Mario episode. It was more of a romantic one. No, with that series or those 1 or 2 episodes where, or did that happen all in one episode? I forgot. But when Gina said no, she had to get some space. She was living with Pam, doing her work and everything.
Yeah. She was about to leave.
Right, and Martin is like, oh, he put on actually that's why I first learned of that song, "Love and Desire" or "Love and Fire" by
Fire and Desire.
Fire Desire. There you go.
Yep.
And Love's like, oh, Gina, he hit us so. Oh, and then she comes busting through the door. I hear you, Martin. Yeah, he said something on the lines.
They started singing it.
Right.
Did not get to listen to you.
I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. They was a happy ending.
I interrupt this broadcast to say, Chris, you better watch out because D Weezy said he about to drop some bars on that beat.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, the only reason the dad died on Good Times is because both the actor played James and Florida, they both would push back on the negative stereotypes that they tried to force on the Good Times cast.
By the way, just to say
that's the only reason.
In my opinion, Florida was a shit on that show. Just saying. I'm just saying JJ deserved better.
Oh, Jay, you dropping something on the beat?
Oh.
D Weezy said he was gonna drop something on the beat. He just said it in the Discord just now.
Okay.
Can't wait.
Cool.
What is it that you want, sir? What is it that you want?
Looking back at it, just thinking about Martin, that show has so many iconic moments.
Mm-hmm. And he had the shoes or the sneakers back then. But
do you remember? His book game was crazy.
Sorry,
do you remember? Because I don't know how people want to take that. Do you remember the Nino Brown episode when they stole his CD player? He had them all at the table with the stuffed dog. So he was actually crazy thing about that scene. He was supposed to get. She know exactly what I'm talking about. He was supposed to get real dog for that episode, and they told him no. And they were like, "This is the best we could come up with."
They had the dog, and something happened to the real dog, so they were like, "This is the best thing we got," and nobody in the cast knew besides him. So he just starts popping off with this dog. And apparently they said Tommy was the absolute worst at not breaking character. And they would always try to make each other break character.
The whole time Tommy's sitting there. He's sitting there like this the whole time. Just dying laughing. Like he could not hold it in. The only one that was normally able to hold it in was Pam. And I think he even broke Pam a little bit in that one. But oh my goodness. When he said, he goes around with the dog, he said, sit, stay. And then the dog fell over, he said, lay down. Just because the dog fell, like that was all off the top. Because they say he used to come off the top of the dome with a lot of the stuff. That was all off the top because why not? Like you gotta make it work, right? And then when he tried
that's that DC area.
No,
they had me in tears.
Yeah, they said him and Tashina Arnold would roast each other in real life too. So it's so natural for them to do on camera. I think some of the jokes were on the spot too.
Yeah, they were. A lot of them were. And she got Martin to break once or twice. There was one episode when she was leaving the apartment and she said something to him and she crossed her eyes when she did it. And he turned away from the camera because he started laughing so hard. That show was fire because of the natural the natural chemistry of everyone, and how they just it's just so fun.
Thanks, man. Kwame, how can you ever? Nobody can forget, bro, man, who lives
Hey B, your girl,
on the 5th floor.
Your girl Jay Cargill in the ring doing the promo. It's on USA. If you want to check it out.
No, a lot of
man,
I kind of Shanae, Jerome.
Yes.
Jerome's in the
We
house.
represent the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild. That got him too.
Nah, bro. When he started, he was playing Shanae. He started singing "Forever Shanae." I go, I lost it. That episode,
It's like
bro.
a dream, yo. Oh,
I lost it. I lost it that episode.
I lost it, yo. Forever Shanae.
I'm like, I can't do this.
It's like a dream.
No. And the funny thing about it, if you grew up watching movies and shows like that, but she said, "I look better than that light skinned girl. I look better than light skinned girl in Kid and Play." I'm about to say, little, yeah, my bad, not my bad. House Party, a little like the people, well, not little, but that was the same actor that that was a old girl too.
Tisha
I was
Campbell?
like, wait, Tisha Campbell. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, that was Tisha Campbell. Yeah,
I was like, wait.
I love it. They used to drop little gems. I love it. Just like I was just watching, I think it was yesterday, the episode where they were on the cruise and Gina got left behind, and the crazy chick was up there, had him cuffed up on the bed and everything. That was Shorty that played Thin Line Between Love and Hate with him, and that was basically a shout to that movie, because she played. Not only did she play that part, but that's how she was in the movie. She was crazy. No. I forget her name.
Oh, I remember her. She wasn't never that cute to me.
No, but I
saw that movie.
her name.
I'm like, I saw that movie. I'm like, she's not fine enough for all that stress.
Oh, when it was him and Pam had to team up to fight to fight the little. That ain't no damn puppy. That joint had me dying. I'm telling you, Martin, that show was so iconic. Oh my goodness. They both, that ain't no damn puppy. Yes. Lynn Whitfield. That is her name. Thank you. I was just about to look it up. Lynn Whitfield. Yep. That's her. 100% that's her. She was crazy. She's a great actress. She was crazy. And she plays a lot of those roles where she's like, it might really be a screw loose. Like she plays it. She plays it well.
She always got typecast as a light-skinned uppity chick. That was like her typecast thing. It's like, we need somebody who looks uppity and is crazy. Hey, I know who to call.
Right.
No, you are not. No. Because your nephew out here pressing his luck. I've been wanting me to try some dog lo mein. Your ass be eating steak and shit. You probably fried real well too.
Oh, you better Chris about to beat you down. You better treat Ghost right.
I'm about to have some ghost lo mein tomorrow.
Now you know darn well you ain't about to do that. But listen, oh man, I don't got tears. I got tears coming down for laughing. Talking about murder. How much now I missed that dang on show.
I mean, they should have it on. They should have it on Netflix, right?
They
don't know if
do
took it
have
out.
it on Netflix. They do have it on Netflix. They do have it on Netflix.
You need to
So I'm about
focus
go
on
through the whole
trying to
thing
out
again.
rap D Weezy on that cipher beat. That's what you need to focus on.
Why me?
He's talking to Chris.
Oh, I'm about to say like, okay, hold on.
Because Chris said she got bars for us
I'm about to say I have never.
on that beat, on that urban beat.
I'm about to say I'm a lot of things, but rapper.
So I can't wait to hear that. She said she ain't trying to out rap anybody. They about to make magic together. They about to make a #1 hit. That's what's about to happen.
Okay. They about to be Fire and Desire Part 2.
Whoa. Ain't nobody said it was gonna be a love song. Chill. You tripping.
Look, I mean, you said they about to make heat together. I mean, what other type of heat you trying to bring?
She said only if I'm ready. Yo, that dynamic's kind of wild. Like,
I would say like more of like R. Kelly and Carrie Hilson. This is #1 song.
I'll take that.
I'm about to say, ain't nobody remember that shit? No.
Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah, we remember it. We definitely remember it.
I got crickets.
Oh, not yeah, I know, but I knew what you're talking about. I responded as soon as I heard it.
I was like, dang. I was like, all right, got that myself.
She said that's boring.
Dang,
that's boring.
Dang. Or La Wale and Tierra Thomas and on Bad.
They're about to drop Solo. They about to drop Solo. Solo getting he getting dirty with the MFTs.
Oh.
Boy, I tell you, that lantern got homeboy bugging out. Where these things come from? These things just came out the cut, bro. They over there talking. Oh, I love it. I love it.
See, messing with y'all done almost made me forget. I need to upload this video onto the computer so I can go and do what I gotta do.
We ain't make you forget no tang, sir. No tang. But I tell you what, we thank y'all for sliding through and kicking it with us tonight. We ain't gonna make y'all hang for 3 hours tonight. We're not gonna do it. We're not gonna do it. We're not even gonna hold you for 2. We got you for an hour and a half. It's been a great stream. And we got to get up out of here. Can't even gotta put the time
you
on.
got to get up out of
I'm
here.
already out the way. I'm already on my way out the Dow. You know what I'm saying? I'm on my way out the Dow. Out the Dow.
No, Shallow said, you
no
only
more.
got 4 minutes. Do what you gotta do.
You know what I'm saying? I'm on my way.
Watch the rest of SmackDown tonight.
You know what I mean? Well, hold on. SmackDown can play in the background while Lady SmackDown. Feel me? Bars.
That mean you gonna be
I'm
watching.
I'm not a rapper though. I'm not a rapper though. That's all I'm gonna say. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie. I really do want to order some damn lo mein right now. I hate y'all.
We ain't do that. You did that to yourself. You said something about chopping the dog up and eating them. Poor ghost. Big J.
Okay.
Jay out here dropping shorts left and right.
Who?
You, one of your shorts just dropped.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Jason,
On YouTube.
Never heard of it. I'm more of like I'm more like Eddie Griffin and Undercover Brother.
That's what we going with. You know what?
Actually, speaking of movies like that, I miss like those cheesy movies, like where, of course, you know the production ain't great, but you stayed to watch to the ending.
Undercover Brother, Soul Plane. I mean,
That's it.
the list goes on.
The handshake scene.
Mm-hmm.
You got soul.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
That had to be the ugliest shaped plane I've ever seen, too. That thing was gigantic for no reason.
Man, like to this day, I will always watch Half Baked. I will
Yeah.
always watch Half Baked, bro. I don't care where I
Dave
am.
Chappelle is one of the greatest comedians of all time. He's probably in my Mount Rushmore.
He is in my Rushmore.
Because you know what?
Got to.
It's almost like his comedy transcends time. Doesn't matter when. Whatever he said back in the day still works now. Whatever he says now still works back then.
No, the episode where he signed that new contract and they're saying it all on TV. Everybody wanted, like, you know what? The new price just drops. I want $50,000 cash. No, you know what, bro? You know what? Shave my balls for $50,000. Come on, go ahead, do it.
Yeah, man. Good times, good stuff. Y'all got me reminiscing. I'm just gonna be watching all weekend.
Right. This was back then. You know, I went out. I had to sneak to watch comedy stuff on Comedy Central.
Yeah, no, I hear that. The Wash. Oh man. Question, real quick, and then we out of here. Have y'all watched Raising Dion?
No.
I don't think I watched. Is it a series or a movie?
It's a series.
Okay, because there's a movie starring that same kid, and it was like a bunch of chase scenes. It was the same dude. And I forgot who else was in it. It was on Netflix. I saw that. I haven't seen the series.
Watch Raising Dion. I feel like it deserves a third season. They did two and never got a third. It deserves a third season in my eyes. It's. I mean, you're talking people with superpowers. It's something that kind of deserves another season. The way they laid it out, I like it.
I think I came across that. I just never like gave it a chance. Like,
yeah, give it a shot, man.
I
Give it a
feel
shot.
like-
It starts off a little slow. Yeah.
I feel
That's
like
how-
this is
that's how I like my
actually
shows, though.
a suggestion that Reg is giving us that'll work out, unlike Echo. I feel like this one would be a good suggestion.
I don't think Echo was Echo. I can't blame that on Reg. Even he didn't know it was gonna be that ass.
I did. No clue. And we
That ass though?
we were in the midst of doing podcasts about all the Marvel releases. So we had no choice but to watch it. It wasn't even like this right
We
here.
had
If
a
y'all don't want to
choice.
watch it, you ain't gotta watch it. I'm just saying I think it's a pretty good show.
I think Dion will probably actually be a good show. I thought about watching it before. So I think it'll actually be a good show. Now that Echo thing, we're gonna forgive you for. We're gonna forgive you like EDC under John Harbaugh. We're gonna forgive you.
Hey man, it wasn't that level of deceit. I'm just saying, like,
You just didn't know what you got yourself into. That's what I'm saying.
I ain't know. Like I ain't know.
It's like it.
I ain't know.
I'm 3 episodes in, but it's gonna get better. No, it
You wanna know
just
the
got
crazy
it just
thing,
got
bro?
confused.
I felt like, look, so I was sitting one day and I was watching a bunch of old Marvel shows. I was like, I'm gonna try to watch it again. So, maybe pick up on some things I may have missed, some things that may have enhanced the show. And I just never watched it. I never watched it the second time. And usually all things I like to watch at least twice to make sure I pick up on, most of it, if not all of it. I never went for that second run. I couldn't do it.
You were just like, nah, they can't excuse this shit.
I might try. I might still try at some point. I might still try. I just don't know.
But
It's
like,
got to be one of those. I'm home alone and nobody else got nothing they want to watch, and I don't mind sitting there just drowning in my tears in the corner while this plays in the background, type thing. Yeah,
but not like
Sound like a pity watch.
you know what I'm saying? That's essentially what it'd be.
But no, I thought it was gonna be like something like was it WandaVision, where again it starts out slow as hell, but eventually it builds. It never builds. They didn't listen to Little
Yeah,
Wayne.
I got a friend, and if he starts watching an anime and the first 5 episodes are trash, and there's still 115 episodes to go, he will still watch every single minute of every single episode, just because it's like it's a thing with him. He has to finish it, and then he'll give like this
I never even
full,
finished
honest
One Punch
review on
Man.
it.
I liked One. I like One Punch Man. I never finished it.
Nah, he like it's been he's like, this anime is so terrible. I would not advise anybody to watch 5 minutes of it. I watched all 65 episodes of it, and I hate myself that I had to finish watching it just to be sure what happened at the end. Like, she.
I mean, lately they trying, they coming up with some decent anime. Other cultures, like are diving into it. So I'm not saying it's top quality because 80s, 90s anime is still top tier, but no, they trying.
I mean, if he watches 1 minute, he has to watch the entire series.
Okay. What about this? Like, has he watched every single episode of what's that show called? Hey, that One Punch.
One
Monkey
Piece?
D. Luffy. One Piece. There we go. I was getting that like
One Piece, yeah.
that thing's been around forever.
That
thing has been around forever.
Episode that has came out so far, he has watched.
That thing is longer than
if
Grey's Anatomy.
If he starts watching an anime and they come out with a new season, he has to watch the whole season. Even if he hated the first 8 seasons of it. Like, he has this thing where he has to know. Like, I'm like that. If I watch a show, I
get it.
If I feel like I heard a word incorrectly, I will rewind 2 minutes to make sure I heard every word exactly.
Like kind of like most of us, during when Game of Thrones was hot.
I never watched
final
Game of
season.
Thrones.
You need to, but the final season, everybody thinks was trash, me included. But the first 7, I was there. Hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah, I
You
didn't
don't know how to fish.
I have to though.
Oh man,
I don't know what anime means.
Kwame,
Oh Lord,
you broke my heart, Kwame.
You didn't even reply to me saying you don't know how to fish.
Oh Lord, that hurt.
Anime is a particular style of cartoon that was generated basically in Asian culture since like the late 70s, which is high detail drawing.
Forever. But no, back then, it actually took skill and talent.
Right, like your Dragon Ball Z. What is that? No, Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball, yeah.
Back in like 1981, before the first season of G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe, a true hero.
But on that
Dragon Ball is anime.
Yeah, on that note, we're gonna let y'all rock out and enjoy the rest of your evening.
If you're in the Discord, you need to let us know, if you want to be a merch model.
Go to the Discord. Let us know if you want some merch. Also, go get on Urban Beat, lay a few bars down.
Let them know.
We want to hear what y'all got. And we appreciate everybody that came through. We love y'all. First off, Mr. Ghost, let them know where to find you.
Here, eating all types of food. Suggestions are open. I done tried Taco Bell for the second time in a week and a half. And I was quite surprised today.
Turmoil. My stomach will be in turmoil. Mr. J.
No, I was still. I
No
was
word
actually
from
eating just now while I was sitting here.
Diabolical. Mr. J. Want to let them know where to find you?
You can find me on YouTube. You can find me working on several editing projects because of that man down below. You can find me on Twitch.
Hey, damn, man, am I Satan? Like, hold on now.
I never said that. There, hold on. What's on your heart?
You said down
I was
below.
gonna
You could have
say-
said in the middle.
I was gonna say pause because I working on that man down below sound crazy.
It does. It does.
Right,
I ain't
he
gonna lie.
needs
My
some
bad. My
corrections.
bad.
Hey, we need to
That's
get some
well,
understanding going.
crazy.
Wherever my finger points to. No Christian Wilkins.
Oh.
Anyway, find me on Twitch as well. Trying to get together, a group, of people. I want to start playing co-op. Some co-op games.
But it's better than being below.
He said, "Baby, don't do me like that, baby. Come on, bro. Come on, G.
Get your mans."
That's crazy.
Like the fact that she hasn't responded to nothing, but when I see, but look, it's been about a good.
That peanut butter gets to your head, boy. Peanut butter gets to your head, boy.
She been gone for a whole hour, but she came back for that one.
She was like, she heard her ears perked up. But no, I will return to Switch soon. But one of the things I want to implement, trying to find some co-op games, trying to get back into shooting games, somewhat. When I say shooting games, non-Fortnite, games. So I'm trying to find some games. Give me suggestions in the Discord or DM me if you think of some. I do got a couple written down already.
Ace Combat, free on PlayStation Network right now.
Oh man, that's crazy. Mm-hmm. But anyway, I already got Back to Blood, Payday 3, Killing Floor 2. So just looking for games like that, where it doesn't take a lot of skill, but just to have fun. Really, just to have fun. That's all I'm looking for. So just let me know.
Did somebody say they're making a show based on Payday?
I think they did. Yeah, they had put it in the LBHT. So what?
Yeah, that's wild. There's no storyline. Like, what are you doing?
Right, like Bronny, like Bronny had said the same thing. It was like, you just rob banks, and there's been plenty of movies like that, like since the dawn of time already. Like,
yeah.
So I don't know how that's gonna work out, but they probably saw the craze. Like the Fallout series is doing well. They're making a God of War series, which I hope is fire. They kind of already starting off. I don't say wrong.
God of War is always the game was always fire.
Fire.
So if you're gonna do a show based off of it, you gotta
start from the heat. Right. Start from the. But they probably are, because right now they starting with the Norse mythology. You know what I'm saying? So they're probably gonna make a prequel or a spinoff where when he was a Spartan, going through right. So they probably saw that and said, like, even Assassin's Creed got greenlit over at Netflix. So I don't know how they're gonna do that, because Assassin's Creed it's gonna take a while.
Yeah, depending on how they build that up.
Right. If they do it right, you could have like a 10, 11, 12 seasons.
Yeah.
So.
Well, y'all heard it. Looking at getting in some stuff. And Discord is waiting and available.
Trying to grow.
Don't have the Discord, let us know.
There's no excuse. Look, there's no excuse. The link is on my channel. I'm pretty sure Rachel, probably put it in the chat.
I would definitely put it somewhere.
The link is only good for after 7 days. The link goes invalid, so you have to repost it like every 7 days.
Crazy work.
Yeah. So also, as far as me, y'all can find me here. And your boy's back on IG. Your boy's back on IG.
Got a haircut now. He back on IG. You see the shallow?
I got the IG before the haircut.
But you got the IG because you knew you was getting a haircut.
No, because I posted on the IG before I got the haircut.
He said, I'm about to be back fresh. Let me let these hoes know.
But y'all have yourselves a blessed evening. And Have some fun. Love y'all. Peace.